First of all, I'm gonna show you a very short clip from the homie Caspersight, and then we're gonna get to the bottom of it. All right, relax. You're gonna get some. Roll it.
Now, I remember seeing this ages ago. I'm thinking, wow, man, that looks absolutely so real. A lot of people are putting their hand on their heart and saying this is genuine, and it just does look so realistic. It looks so realistic.
And if you believe it's real, put a 1 in the comments. If you think it's fake, put a 2 in the comments.
In a second, I'm going to show you the, I would say, pros and the cons regarding this Skinny Bob.
Skinny Bob ain't that skinny, though. I'm gonna slap the herpes off his lips.
There's
bro,
one thing I said, actually, when I first saw it. I was like, that must have to be a really stretchy material jumper to get his bloody head through that. Look at it, it's so damn, weird, man.
With a head like that, bro. It's like, you know, in cartoons, whenever you smack somebody's head, it just swells up. Yeah, this is how it looks like, bro. I swear, man. But if real, crazy.
It almost looks childlike, right?
Right. I agree. Right. Skinny Bob.
That looks like... Man, just going back here, there, you would say, like, well, that's a child, and then it just goes,
yeah, the head's like...
with the massive head.
Yeah, like that, you know? Man.
Look!
It does fit the description based off of like eyewitnesses and, you know, people that have claimed to have seen, you know, especially like the kids in Zimbabwe, you know, the high school incident, you know, the Australia high school, or not high school, but Australia school incident. Yeah, right, bunch of kids in Zimbabwe, also in Australia. These are 2 different cases. Kids claim to have seen UFOs land, entities come out of it, right? And over the years we've heard descriptions like that, so in that way it fits. But is this video real? I'm having a hard time believing it. When I first saw it like years and years ago, didn't think much of it, but now apparently it's surfacing again.
So it looks like there is like some sort of zipper. It would have to be, because how are you going to get that bloody head through that?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And man, I'm not even being funny, but like even the stance is like it's leaning more so on the right leg, and the left leg slightly bent.
He needs to do some squats, bro.
It's almost like just chilling, you know?
Right. Skipping leg day.
The bodily proportions just seem correct. You know, that shoulder's lower than this one here because it's leaning on...
Yo, I really hope alien baddies don't have a head like that, man. Damn it, man. Like, I want them alien baddies, man.
On that leg. That knee's bent, so that...
Scaled image. To you, and the Skinny Bob footage from the 40s is fake. Are you sure? Look at this upscaled image. Pay attention to Skinny Bob's eyes. In this improved version you can see his irises contract with the changing light. Remember, this video was supposedly recorded in the 40s. A time when deepfakes didn't exist.
CGI did though. But CGI did. Yes, it's true. AI
it's resurfacing again. This is from, by the way, this is from Jason Sand.
Here you go. Oh, Jason Sand's talking about it? Damn! Here you go, Skinny Bob. Yeah, Jason Sands was on Joe Rogan, where he claimed that he actually came across one of the alien twats who asked him about like one of those substances, which I don't know the name of from the top of my head, but if you have seen that video, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's Jason Sands for you. Here you go, Skinny Bob is back, and still a very interesting film. I wish I could verify its authenticity, as I believe that on natural movement and facial morphs alone, it looks real to me, just my opinion. Okay, check this one out, right? Shout out to UAP Files podcast. Roll it.
So let's start off with initial observations and movement. What we're trying to do here is to...
And right after, we'll get down to the Area 51 clip as well that's going viral right now. Also, before I forget, I gotta shout out the homie Jean-Le Francois! Paul Evans saying PS, merci mon frère. Man says that the friends suck. Come on, man. Thank you to the homie for the 25. Shout out to the homie Neon for the 2 and Albert for the 25. Ashley for the 2. Thank you guys so much for all the love, man. It's you guys crazy, man. You guys don't have to do any of it, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get back to the content here. Boo, roll it.
Decide if this is CGI or AI, as we now refer to pretty much everything, or if this is some kind of model or puppet. Now, looking at the movement of the shoulder and the fabric first, the clothing moves in sync with the shoulder movement. It suggests the clothing may be part of a 3D model, not separated fabric. We can see that movement quite clearly. Now, the blinking, if we're looking at that, it does look authentic and it's a damn good model or puppet. The lighting is good and we do see that the shadow and depth of movement in what we'd expect from skin and tendons around the eye socket if it were made of what we expect from biological materials, soft skin over fatty tissue, muscle and bone.
So, context, it's claimed that this was recorded back in the 1940s, but the video surfaced on the internet in 2011, right? If I'm getting that right. 1940s, I'm certain on that. 2011, I'm kind of like, that's what I'm hearing from one source. So, yeah, if any of you know better, put it in the comments for sure, right?
The timestamp is an overlay. This is far more modern and it is not part of the original footage. This has been added afterwards. Motion vector analysis. Using optical flow, I tracked pixel movement between frames. The result? Well, low uniform motion, head turns, no secondary motion, no clothing sway, no breathing twitch. That's what you expect from CGI or a puppet, not a living creature. Now let's look at blinking average intensity. I tracked the eye region intensity over time. In real footage, blinking causes a sharp drop in brightness, but this video there is almost no change, it just sort of toggles. And on the screen is some of the GPT-4 technical summary points of note when running this through the LLM.
Okay, error level analysis, no composite traces, consistent compression, okay. Matches camera sensor video, not flat CGI renders. Oh shit. Timecode uses synthetic digital font, lacks analog noise or jitter. Now, whether the timestamp was put after the fact, that part I wouldn't. If that was put after the fact, I wouldn't classify the footage as fake, because it could be that, okay, you know what, let's leak the footage out, but make sure the timestamp is on it so people know when this was actually filmed.
In summary, there are some red flags, but also some points of note that suggest it isn't CGI from 2011. Entropy matches camera sensor video, not CGI, and lighting also not easy to match with CGI from back then, so certainly not consistent with CGI. When I've enhanced this, it's easier to see the facial movements and micro movement in the skin attached to the blink or the movement of the shoulder, but again, it's not substantial either way. The tests I ran include FFT, spectrum analysis, blink intensity fluctuations, motion vector smoothness, edge frequency.
Okay, so expected in real footage, sharp drop during blinks. Does that happen in this one? Okay, observed in Skinny Bob, low uniform flow, or my bad, sharp drop during blinks, minimal changes across frames. Ooh, so does that mean that it's fake? From that observation, lack of biological eye movement, likely interpretation, right? And that's the part, right? And this is where it's challenging, because we're looking at it from the lens of Homo sapien, like us humans, right? Because yeah, if it's an extraterrestrial being, they might not be blinking at the same rate as we do, or perhaps not at all, right? Yeah, actors in general in movies and films, for that you know, in sequences, they don't blink at all, because, you know, they want to portray authenticity and all that. So even us humans, like, you know, as actors or actors in movies, they don't blink that much. So there's that. This is very complicated, right? It's hard to say whether it's real or fake just based off of how much it's blinking or not blinking.
Content, lighting consistency, and timestamp overlay authenticity. You can pause or screenshot the screen to get an idea of the results, comparing what we expect from real footage, what was observed in this footage, and our likely interpretation of those results, if you're into the detail. I also ran this through one of my favourite pieces of software called Image Detect, which I run everything I get sent through as my initial due diligence when deciding what to share more widely. We really do need to get on top of fake footage or AI created footage and images being shared on social media. It's hard to spot, but software and apps like this can really help.
Man, this one is okay. So deepfake analysis says that this is real image. Only 1% chance of it being AI generated. Bro, if this footage is real, what in the actual hell, man? I don't believe it. I want to, guys, trust me, like I want to, but it's just that it's hard to believe, especially with so much deception, with so much like fake footage out there. It's just so hard to believe it, man. It's but if somehow like this is the real deal and we're not believing it, my goodness, bro. My God, bro. We need Homelander. We need Officer Tenpenny. Now, Officer Tenpenny ain't gonna do jack. Bruh. You know, we're gonna let him be in GTA San Andreas, but shit, man. What are the odds, guys? What are the odds?
Image to text says this is likely 1% probability it's AI generated. If you want to do this kind of analysis, these tools are really useful.
Right.
You could also use Sensity and Attestive, which are also great for the same job. Now then, let's move on to Ivan0135. He created the YouTube account on the 14th of April 2011. Interestingly, only a few days before the famous footage, also known as the dead alien footage from Siberia, surfaced on the 19th of April 2011. Just 4 days earlier, in fact. This one later lost a lot of credibility and was assumed a hoax. But it's interesting what else was happening on YouTube with alien misinformation and very elaborate hoaxes around that same time, especially allegedly out of Russia.
Oh yeah, this one. Сука, блядь, brother. Comrade. Yeah, that is an alien plant right there under the snow, brother. Yeah, you want some vodka, brother? You sleeping? You need to wake the hell up, brother. Or else I'll slap your pee-pee.
Ivan also posted 3 other
pause, man. What am I saying, bro?
Videos all depicting scenes of alien bodies, a crash site, UFOs in the sky and scenery. As many have pointed out, this would have been extremely expensive to put together for no monetary benefit. No YouTube monetization at the time, and certainly not having any effort to cost to profit benefit ratio. In layman's terms, this would have been hella expensive and technical for no apparent benefit. No accolades, no Emmy for set design or makeup artistry, nothing. But again, we see and hear the same dubbed sound in the background and the same filter or overlay effects, this sort of grainy old film style. And as my friend Tom Vernon pointed out in his video, The Trial of Skinny Bob, if you want people to see this information and you've gone to extraordinary lengths to leak it, if it's real, why would you remove data by adding a filter and a fake audio track?
Say that again?
If it's real, why would you remove data by adding a filter and a fake audio track? And let's focus on the name and 0135. Ivan. Who is Ivan? Now, can we learn anything from that name or the numbers as some kind of code or breadcrumbs? Well, Ivan's been the most popular name in Russia at the time, second only to Alexander. So if you wanted to stay anonymous, then you'd pick a name. That's the most common. Equally, if you wanted to appear to be from Eastern Europe, or in fact Russia specifically, you'd probably go for a name that stands out as Russian. We don't learn much from that then. What about the...
Yeah, to be honest though, I always thought that it was gonna be the most popular name would be Dmitry, my friend. Dmitry, my comrade. My Dmitry, not my friend. You know, Dmitry, go kick rocks, brother. Yeah, I always thought Dmitry would be, but okay, no, Ivan, it is.
Number 0135. Well, if we run it through coordinates on GPS, as an initial reference point, it would be West Africa or Gabon. Not particularly well known for UFO history. Not directly linked anyway. Could be coincidental. So I've cleaned up this footage as much as possible. I've added nothing, no AI, just removed noise and increased the brightness and definition of the shades to show the facial movements and the creases of the clothing to try and provide a little bit more clarity in the movement.
Right.
Ultimately, what we can say from the data that we have is that this isn't AI. It's not CGI of the day. It is real footage. That's not to say it's not a model or a puppet of some kind, but it is a real thing. What's confusing and of concern for the authenticity of the footage being an alien being is the added filter and soundtrack.
Appreciate you subscribing, Brooke. You guys don't have to subscribe because YouTube is all algorithm based, but those of you that do, hey man, appreciate it. Welcome on in. It's a pleasure to have you.
And the added timestamp that doesn't match up, and the movement of the fabric and the blinking. It suggests that it doesn't conform to biology as we know and understand it. But then, if it wasn't human, perhaps it wouldn't blink like we do. and the fabric wouldn't move like ours.
Exactly, yeah.
If it was advanced technology and some super high-tech fabric for the space travelers.
Not
Who knows?
enhanced.
What I find incredibly important and compelling, though, is the cost to put something like this together, and the other videos of UFOs he posted within days, and the scenery and set design that hasn't been yet debunked, potentially costing incredible amounts of money to put together. Remember, there's
I wonder, right? Like, if it was a model, as in a puppet, like you said, okay, no CGI, no AI, real video recorded, it's just like a puppet used to with the makeup artist as well. I mean, how much money are we talking? I don't think it would require you to have like so much money for a short clip like that, where you have a makeup artist. Perhaps it's somebody that is a makeup artist that leaked it, or perhaps made this one up and released the video. Perhaps it was a makeup artist. Perhaps it was a guy or a gal that had knowledge on how to do these things, and they were like, okay, you know what, let's make this up, let's spread it around. And indeed it was spread around. Pause. You feel what I'm saying? Just, yeah, but okay, we're moving towards the fact that it could be real. It's not CGI, it's not AI. Chances are very high that it is not CGI, right? But check this one out. Roll it.
We've got some major breaking news out of Area 51. A massive fire has broken out inside the base, and we're seeing it live on camera. Late last night, allegedly July 15th, plumes of smoke were spotted rising from within the boundaries of Area 51 in Groom Lake, Nevada. Get this, there's a 24/7 live stream camera set up just outside the perimeter on private property of the back gate entrance near Rachel, Nevada, and they're currently broadcasting the blaze in real time. I'll include their links below.
Yo, Area 51 starting to look like Banana Republic 51 though. You know, looks like the aliens coming to get their friends that they kept hidden in the Area 51 for so many years. But according to the conspiracies, ever since Area 51 gained notoriety, ever since people started finding out about it, it's being said by whistleblowers that they moved the UFOs out of there, right? Like the alien stuff, they moved that stuff out of there because there was just so much attention on Area 51. Because the whole goal about Area 51 was, hey, keep it secret, let nobody find out, right? But once everybody started hearing about it, forming their own theories, assumptions, speculation, obviously after Bob Lazar coming out, yeah, it gained so much traction, so much attention. And right after it was said that, okay, they moved the alien crap from Area 51 to another location. Is it true? Is it not? Hey man, don't know about that one, but
so that you can check it out. What we do know is that there is clearly a massive fire. As you can see in the giant plume of smoke, you can also see the wind blowing if you look at the trees, which is definitely not helpful in these types of situations. What we don't know is exactly what's burning inside Area 51. We don't have information on whether any structures are directly affected at this time. Was it a military training gone bad, an accident, or was it something else? Some people of course are speculating everything from black project labs that have blown up to alien tech. But it very well could be dry brush burning on the outside of the perimeter as well. This is crazy.
Or perhaps they like really barbecued. Maybe they had like 100 aliens come down and they were like, yo, let's have a barbecue out here, gang. And those aliens were like, okay, we need the protein, so gotta cook more, man.
What do you think is burning in there?
I've been sitting on this one waiting for more information to come out. According to the reports, this was started by a lightning strike hitting the ground in Clark County on July 4th. That supposedly ignited a fire that covered around 8,000 or 9,000 acres. But that location was around 15 miles from Area 51. Then it spread to over 35,000 acres by mid-July. And today I saw a report that's claiming that it's now spread to 366,000 acres, which would roughly be half of 1% of the entire acreage in all of Nevada. That's a lot. I will say though, I've already seen several short clips of what appear to be strange looking crafts rising up out of the smoke at Area 51, as if they're trying to get all of their UFO technology out of there before the whole place burns to the ground. I will keep y'all updated as new information comes out, but the big conspiracy on this is in regards to the timing. There was a report that came out on July 8th stating that Eric Burleson, a Republican who's part of the House UAP Task Force Initiative, was trying to get approval to tour the facility and actually find out what they're hiding there. And then, suddenly, the whole place goes up in flames. Very suspicious timing.
So everybody needs to be aware of what's coming, what their whole plan is. You've heard me talk about this.
Yeah, okay, what are your thoughts on this one? I know you must be thinking a lot right now off this, and we've, of course, Project Blue Balls, Project Blue Beam, we had that, you know, this is part of it too, and Agenda 2030 has been around for a minute. Okay, let's find out.
For years about the 15-minute cities. Those things are not cities, those are prisons, and they're going to be governed by AI. Now, people ask me all the time, why do you...
They calling it smart cities, right? Okay, no, that project is true though. I heard it before. I guess you also have, and it does make a whole lot of sense because I'm in Montreal, right? Let me know where you guys at. I'm in Montreal, Canada, and bro, like they've made so many like bike lanes there, bro. Like shit, man. It's been crazy, man.
You think the elites would want to get rid of 90% of the population, over 90% actually, because they know they no longer need the rest of us to run this planet. With AI technology and robotics, they can run it without us. They only need 10% or less of us to produce the products and things that they need or provide services that these robots and AI can't do. So that is the objective. That's the plan for 2030. And if you doubt that, they're already testing it. They're already starting to make plans to weed out and phase out humans. Watch this video.
So Amazon workers went on strike, and Jeff Bezos said, check this out. He introduced Amazon worker robots. He said, you want more money, right? Well, it's only going to cost me $3 per robot to replace you. They're having their FAFO moment. He didn't stop there. Check this out. He said, two can play that game. Thanks for allowing me to test out my new technology, because soon I won't need you guys to work in the warehouse anymore. I'll replace you with something that doesn't take days off, that doesn't get sick, and doesn't ask for raises. So you can strike if you want, but you're being replaced. Check this out. The new technology was tested, and now think about this: the most highest grossing company in the world.
Now, depopulation and people losing their jobs are two different things, man. Let's not mess around with that, because you're gonna say depopulation over that. Come on now, right? But no, of course, like these are like conspiracies that even I've heard. So yeah, if it's true, shit, man, we're gonna get that Thanos snap in real life. That's wild. But another factor. Okay, let's get back to the topic at hand. People losing their jobs. I mean, the threat is very real. It's already happening. I guess deep down you already know that whenever the AI shit comes in, people are gonna lose their job. People are already anticipating, but the opposite is also true. If people do lose their jobs in thousands, if not millions, bro, like, yo, like, it's gonna cause chaos everywhere. People gonna come down on the streets, protest against it. We're gonna have riots. It's not gonna be good. It's gonna be a shit show, rightfully, because people are gonna lose their job. They're gonna have no money. Yeah, like, crime rate is gonna go up. It's just, you know what I'm saying? So perhaps they're gonna do a thing where it's like everybody get that basic income, which may be $2,000 a month. Just throwing rough idea, right? Just throwing ideas here, just spitballing here. But without any of that, if they start firing everybody because, you know, they got AI robots that are better at doing human jobs, shit, man, so many people are gonna be out of jobs, and that's just not gonna end well.
Has found a way to replace humans.
So right there you can see Bezos has already started. In just another year or two, they're going to be fully automated in all Amazon warehouses. All of those positions are going to be done by robots. Trucking. The trucking industry is going to be extinct. Give it 2 to 3 years, it won't exist anymore. Not by humans anyway. They've already got these self-autonomous, self-driving trucks. If you're not aware, Musk, and I know everybody thinks he's a great guy and all this, we'll see. Time reveals all. So he's already had these semis out running in the country back and forth for years now, working out the kinks. As soon as they've got that perfected, truck drivers, you're out of business. They won't need you anymore.
yeah, even like the Uber stuff, yeah, if you're an Uber driver, bro, and you maybe perhaps you're listening to this video while driving, right? I'll say you don't need to panic though, but start like working on a skill, right? Start maybe a side hustle that could become your big business in 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you know, like start a side hustle. And that goes for everybody, whether you're an Uber driver or not. Like in this day and age, you need to have side hustles, bro. Like yeah, you gotta have side hustles with a vision that maybe one day it can turn to be a big and real business, right? Investments, look into investments, man. Investment, side hustle, growing your own business, man. Yeah, don't rely on shit like that. For now, yes, you have to. Cool, understandable, but try to expand it and think outside the box.
They don't take days off. They don't have to pay them. All they've got is the upfront cost of buying the vehicles. That's it. They'll save fortunes by putting you out of work. So start thinking about those of you that are in positions and careers where AI technology or robots can perform that job or service moving forward. You better start looking for work, because it's literally like the people that produce buggy whips when they invented the cars. Those that held on too long, you're bankrupt. You're just out of work with no.
Yeah, no, he's spitting facts, bro. So it's not just like Uber drivers. It's like everything that you can think of right now that you believe would be replaceable with AI and robots. Yeah, that you gotta think fast, and you gotta think about coming up with something. We still got a little bit of time, but it's not too much though. Check this one out, roll it.
A year after their father passed, two brothers began meeting outside their childhood home before sunrise, just to reflect and reconnect. One foggy morning, they snapped a few photos of the house, but later they noticed something strange.
Oh!
In multiple images taken from both their phones, a dark figure could be seen standing near the house.
That looks
like Shaq. The property was fenced, completely locked, and they were alone. Their father had always said he wanted his ashes spread in the yard so he could stay there forever. Maybe that's exactly what happened. To this day, they haven't been able to recreate the figure or explain it.
Perhaps it was just Shaq, bro. Like,
Willie was out camping alone, but the quiet was broken when he spotted a man standing in the trees near his campsite. The man appeared briefly, said nothing, and vanished into the woods just as quickly.
Oh, why? So he spots a man? Right here? Right.
No one else was staying at the nearby sites, and Willie hadn't seen anyone else on the surrounding trail. The stranger didn't greet him or act like a fellow camper. It didn't feel normal. Willie couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right and left shortly after. A man living in the Appalachian region had briefly stepped away from his parked car, but when he returned, the window was shattered. But strangely, nothing was taken. Instead, something had been placed inside. A twisted dark briar root lying neatly on the front.
Appalachian curse or protection spell. Damn, yo. Yeah, and yeah, Appalachian Mountains. We've seen like so many videos come out of that area. Any of you live around or there?
Seat. While most would worry about the damage, he seemed more disturbed by that root.
Yeah.
In Appalachian folk traditions, such roots are tied to spells, sometimes for protection, sometimes to curse. In this case, it felt more like he was being cursed.
Is that shit like real? If any of you have knowledge, because of course, like I've heard of like these curses, these spells, but I don't know if it's real, right? Like I don't believe it. I don't want to believe it, I guess, right? But yeah, what are your thoughts, or if you have experience? Hope not though, but okay if you do. Put it in the comments, man.
In the summer of 2011, a Facebook user uploaded a photo of a group of girls playing on her grandparents' rural property in western Oregon.
Oh no.
Only a few people were there that day.
Oh shit.
Her friend, her son, and the 3 girls.
So this is supposedly, man, yeah, already, like you look at it, he hasn't even said, but this is looking out of place, bro. Damn. Yeah, it looks creepy as well, scary.
But when she later looked at the image, there appeared to be someone else. There was a fourth girl in the top left corner, one nobody recognized. Both adults confirmed they hadn't seen her, and she wasn't discovered until the photo was reviewed days later.
Shit.
Some speculate she was a drowning victim. The property has no documented history, but the user and her sister both recall having eerie dreams connected to certain spots on the land throughout their entire childhood spent there.
Man. But okay, so I'm certain they probably asked the kids to, like, did you see somebody when around you when we were taking pictures?
Timothy
Probably
Treadwell
nothing.
spent
There we
13 summers living among wild grizzly bears and
Man, them glutes, man. God damn. Those glutes crazy. You pause. But yeah, them glutes are crazy.
Alaska's Katmai National Park. Well, spent 13 summers living among wild grizzly bears in Alaska's Katmai National Park. He filmed their behavior up close, spoke to them like old friends, and believed he had a special bond with them.
Oh shit, is that a story? I remember that, where there was a story of a guy that did what he just said, and one day one of the bear actually killed him.
But in 2003, his final trip turned tragic.
Oh,
Timothy
shit,
and his
that's why.
girlfriend, Amy Huguenard, were attacked by a bear near their campsite, just one day before they were scheduled to leave. His camera was running. Though the lens cap stayed on, the audio recorded everything.
Amy, get away, go away.
Those were like his final moments like this.
A bush pilot later found their campsite destroyed. Nearby, rangers located the bear responsible and shot it. Inside its stomach, they found human remains and pieces of clothing.
Man, yeah, that's why bro, like, don't mess with bears, bro. Like, simple as that, man. Just don't mess with bears. Even though, like, yeah, I get it, like, the glutes crazy right there, but yeah, just don't mess. Rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace to the homie, man. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. But did you see this video though? If not, check out this video on the screen, because they actually caught a UFO on camera, and the size of it, no joke, was massive. Check out this video on the screen, and I'll see you right there.